South Bend, where the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are sure happy to have John Mooney back on the floor. The reigning ACC Player of the Week looks to pick up where he left off when he scored a career high as the Fighting Irish looks for their 5th straight win. The only loss for the Fighting Irish this season came on opening night, victims of the Cole Anthony show. But since that loss, Notre Dame has really started to hit their stride.
Another three on the way. Got it! And the Irish lead. Hubb now going all the way down the lane. Double pumps, reverse layup, up and good. Mooney for three. Got it, John Mooney taking over the game. Alley up the dome. Who drives it home?
Playing well, but a good test awaits tonight as Notre Dame looks to continue their winning ways against a tough Toledo team. Pick to win the MAC West. It's the Fighting Irish and the Rockets next on the ACC Network. And we welcome you inside Purcell Pavilion as Notre Dame takes on a talented Toledo Rockets team. Both teams riding in on win streaks after losing their opener. Playing some really good basketball headed into tonight. Alongside Jordan Cornette, I'm Jay Alter. This is exactly what college basketball is all about. Finding two teams playing well to start the year with a lot of veterans on the court tonight.
Yeah, you've got the Power 5 in Notre Dame. You've got the lowly mid-major coming in here. Not lowly. This Toledo team is dangerous. Won 25 games last season. It's chock full of veterans. They play beautiful offensive basketball. It's going to be a dogfight in Purcell Pavilion this evening.
If Notre Dame is going to take care of business today, it starts with these three.
It starts with the guy on the far left of the screen, far right. I don't know how you're looking at it, but John Mooney, 30 minutes a game. He's the lighthouse for these guys. Alongside of TJ Gibbs, who's been a mainstay in the program of offensive consistency and firepower. Prentice Hubb took the leap from freshman to sophomore. John Mooney, spectacular.
He missed Monday's win with a stomach virus, but last time he was on this court, a career-high 28 points and 16 rebounds as well.
He does it in all facets of the game. A prolific producer for the Irish. He's a beast on the backboard. He can attack a closeout because he's such a gifted shooter with great touch and awkward release, but he's deadly from distance. A confident guy that'll attack and put pressure on the defense all evening long.
John Mooney, better known as Mr. Double-Double. When you look at the points and the rebounds to start this season, you can just rely on this guy consistent night in and night out for this Fighting Irish team.
Didn't play versus Presbyterian, and the game was a little bit closer at times than the Irish would have liked because he is this team's offensive identity as it stands right now. John Mooney is typically John Money for the Irish.
The starting lineup getting introduced to the Purcell Pavilion crowd. Jordan, this never gets old. You did this so many times in your career.
Jay, I'm hyped right now. I mean, the scene is set. College basketball season is upon us. What's so exciting to me is as you see these lineups, these teams are identifying who they're going to be, trying to get into some sort of discovery. Where are we going to get our shots outside of John Mooney? Who's going to rise to the occasion?
Names that these fans have become familiar with. Rex Pfluger, one of them. A veteran team, back to the way Mike Bray builds the identity here at Notre Dame. Senior-heavy team with John Mooney leading the way. On the other side, this is a Toledo team that also comes in with a veteran team. All upperclassmen in the starting lineup and the junior Marion Jackson. You look at those numbers, past 18 points a game and 8 assists per game. He really gets things done for this Rockets team.
A creator in every sense of the word. He can score it, you see the numbers there. But what is so impressive to me, how he shares that thing, gets everybody involved. 8 assists per game. You're looking at somebody who's nearly averaging 40 points per game. And I say that because he's scoring 18, he's assisting 8 times. That's somewhere between 16 to 20 points, depending on if it's 2-point field goals or 3-point shots. The guy has an impact on the game on that side of the court at every turn. So there's true star power here. And in this game, what makes it different, a lot of older pieces, vintage college basketball. It's going to be high IQ. It's going to be great execution. It's going to be fun to watch.
Notre Dame rides in on a 4-game winning streak after the opening loss to North Carolina. Toledo lost at Valpo and have won 3 straight. Something's got to give tonight. Two red-hot teams ready to tip it off in South Bend. Toledo in gold, Notre Dame in white. Our officials tonight, Brian Dorsey, Lamar Simpson, and Alfred Smith. Durham and Kanapke get us started, and it's Notre Dame who controls the tip-off. John Mooney back in his starting lineup. Last time he was on the court, we told you, career-high 28 points. But this Irish offense by no means is one-dimensional.
No, but he provides that stability. You'll see how it starts with him. He's a gifted passer. As you see in the sequence, he finds shots for teammates because of the defensive attention he commands.
Stolen away, Marion Jackson, a steal and a score to open the scoring.
Right place, right time for Jackson as he gets an early two to establish himself, get him going.
Here's Pfluger, lobs it up. Durham puts it away. Juwan Durham, big finish.
Solid feel, probing dribbles from Pfluger, attracts the defense, leaves it up in the air for the high-flying acrobat that is Juwan Durham.
At 6'11", the senior Durham can go and get it anywhere near the rim. Toledo goes inside. They're big. Luke Kanapke, kick out. It goes begging from Willie Jackson. Inside to Durham. Can't cash in this time. Mike Bray told us this game will have a feel of kind of a men's league game. These guys are grown men, mostly all upperclassmen between these two teams on the court.
Some quick early shots from a Toledo team that likes to fill it up. A lot of gifted players on the floor that are good with the ball and hunt their shot.
TJ Gibbs tries the three. That's off the mark. Well, Toledo, this is a team that's capable of scoring in bunches. They're coming off an 112-point performance. Jackson missing there. That's the most points this team has scored in 26 years.
And you can tell they're still feeling that confidence and momentum from it. You're not guarding for long here in the half-court setting if you're the Irish.
Notre Dame just trying to find their foot offensively to start this game. Here's Prentice Hub into the lane, and again, right back to Juwan Durham, who throws it down.
Typically the Irish drive and kick. Get in the lane, kick for a three-point shot. Tonight in these few sequences, it's been get in the lane and leave it upstairs for the big fella to punctuate.
Those are the best ones to put away.
I didn't do very much of that.
Kanapke contested at the rim, follows his shot, and it's blocked away. John Mooney. The Irish look to run. Pfluger a three. He's got it! Notre Dame on a 7-0 run after the Rex Pfluger triple. Dylan Anderson in the spin cycle. Gets nothing but air. Kanapke can't finish it. Blocked 2 times. And with 1 second on the shot clock, perfectly followed up and put away by Spencer Littleson.
The big fella Kanapke for Toledo is below the rim with his activity. Struggling to get his shot off against the length and athleticism of the Irish interior. But Toledo doesn't give up on the play to generate some offense.
It's been a great big man battle so far in this game. Pfluger takes it around everything but the finish there. Jackson hard to the hole, comes up empty. Into John Mooney. Looking to go to work. Fires and hits. That is the John Mooney that has put him in the All-ACC first-team conversation. Could score at will. A terrific mid-range game.
And so dynamic in how he does it. So there's no personnel tailored to guard him and do it effectively.
Jackson puts up a three and it rattles home. Marion Jackson showing off a sweet stroke.
And giving you a taste of who Toledo is offensively, a team that shoots, are you ready for this? 47% from beyond the arc.
And both teams, they don't let the shot clock tick away. They go in attack mode early.
Oxygen.
That's not Jawan Durham's shot. Comes up with nothing. Jackson floater in the lane. He's starting to feel it. Marion Jackson ties this game at 9. The junior with 7 of the Rockets' 9 to start this game. Durham calling for it inside. They go for it again. This time can't connect, and it worked twice earlier this opening sequence. Great tip drill. 2-on-2. Gibbs, pull up, pop, rattles in. How fun is this? Two teams just going back and forth.
A lot of skilled players on the floor that are very confident making things happen with the ball in their hands. A cerebral move in the open floor from Gibbs.
Inside, Kanapke. Durham thought he got a block. Instead, I think they called Mooney with the body. We get our first whistle of the game. It's been back and forth.
Back and forth indeed. Hub delivers to Durham, and he finishes life above the rim. So good. Let's take a second look at it. On the other end, though, Toledo, they're here to play. Marion Jackson with the floater.
Alexa, play Abbey Road by the Beatles on Amazon Music.
Come together.
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey. So Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. Chantix reduces the urge, so when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Quit smoking slow turkey. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
We welcome you back to South Bend. Mike Bray in year number 20. He knows the ACC. And this Notre Dame team, they've given themselves a challenging game today. This Toledo team, they're not your mid to low major. This is a high major school, and he told us before the game he really likes this game as they start looking ahead to conference play, a veteran team that'll really test his group today.
Yeah, Coach understands the challenge that the Rockets present in this building. A lot of people don't want to play a team like Toledo because you hear the name, you're like, oh, you're expected to win this one. But what Coach has done with this squad, Kowalczyk, is unbelievable in his 10 years. He's made this team a dominant force within the MAC. Seems like every year in that West Division you say, okay, it's going to be Toledo and who else as of late because of what he's been able to do with skilled players and really light up a scoreboard.
Great floater off the glass, Prentice Hub. The one thing escaping Todd Kowalczyk in Toledo is that trip to the NCAA tournament. They haven't been since 1980, but this is the year that Toledo feels like they've got a great shot to win the MAC. They put themselves in some dancing shoes come March. They've accounted for themselves very well to start this game. Marion Jackson, that one goes begging.
Let me tell you, that's not a bad shot, Jay. Guy's shooting better than 40% from the three-point line. He's a junior. He's earned it. He's got that deep range. He's already knocked one down from there. So some may turn on the TV and go, no, not a good shot. Wrong. Within this offense, again, going back to how many gifted players are on that ball, on that team that can shoot it. It's a good look.
Open three, off the mark, and that's really been the problem for Nate Laszewski. 2 of 17 now from the three-point line, where in high school he set his school record for threes.
And that's a head-scratcher because they've got next-level scouts intrigued by this young man because of his size and ability to shoot it beyond the arc. So it'll come, but right now maybe a little mental as the struggle starting to mount beyond the arc.
After a quick start, up-tempo, both teams settling in, missing the last couple of shots. Now what'll stay with the Irish underneath.
But I like the sequence from Laszewski right there. Can't get the three-point shot going. Let's be active without the basketball. Screening, cutting, making myself a factor and a piece despite the fact I can't get my shot to go right now.
Well, Mike Bray said Laszewski has done so many good things other than make the three. He knows that'll come.
He's been great on a backboard. He's been tough as a defender, a rim protector, finding a way.
This time taking it tough to the hole, getting some contact and still finishing. Great example right there.
That's 6'10", putting it on the deck, finishing like a 2 or 3 on the perimeter. It's where the game is gone. Positionless pieces. Coach Bray boasts several on this Irish squad.
The Maron Jackson show continues, this time passing out to a 3. Can't hit it. And there's Laszewski on the boards getting fouled. He's been really active in the last minute.
Laszewski, we talked about making contributions when the natural part of your game doesn't come. Three-point shot, not there. Attack the closeout. Earn a tough 2, number 14. Does exactly that.
Your old laptop, a new Chromebook. So why haven't you switched? One boots up as fast as 6 seconds, the other takes forever. One has built-in virus protection, the other should be quarantined.
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey. So Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. Chantix reduces the urge, so when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Quit smoking slow turkey. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
It's been a fun start here in South Bend. Good game early. Notre Dame leading by 4. Mike Bray getting a challenge tonight against Toledo. The last time these two schools played each other, you have to go back to 1979, the Sweet 16. Notre Dame won the game by 8. And Toledo, they made the tournament the next year, have not been back to the dance. For Notre Dame, they move on to the Sweet 16, and they get bounced by Magic Johnson.
And there's the guy right there, the legend, Digger Phelps. Without him, there is no Notre Dame basketball. They were an absolute heavyweight, must-see television back in the time where not a lot of teams showed up. 4 future NBA players on that roster because Coach could recruit. Kelly Tripucka, Bill Lambier, Orlando Woolridge, and Bill Hanslick. And Kelly Tripucka, his jersey's going to be in the rafters here at some point this season. They will honor him, so very impressive 79 team.
The one problem for that team is Notre Dame gets the shot clock reset. New rule, only 20 seconds on your second opportunity. Hub a 3, misfires.
Guy named Magic.
Yeah, Magic
got in the way for that 1979 team.
We were talking with some Notre Dame folks before the game. They said that team was a Final Four team, no doubt about it. One of the best they've ever had here at South Bend. as Notre Dame draws the charge. The problem is you ran into a buzzsaw called Magic.
One of the names you don't mention when you talk about Notre Dame years of the past in the tournament is Magic and probably Danny Ainge.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's what happens.
Digger's on the flip phone?
The guy does whatever he wants. It's a legend. It's Digger Phelps.
We got to get Digger Phelps on an iPhone.
His better half right there, Linda. That's who they probably really wanted to talk to on the phone as he passes it over.
Do you think somebody called him and said, Digger, they're talking about 1979?
Maybe it's Bill Walton on the horn, reminiscent from the UCLA 88-game win streak that was no longer.
5 on the timer. Trying to get it into Durham. Backdoor left open. 1 second on the shot clock. And Leschewski could not get it off. Shot clock violation. Well, Mike Bray told us against this Toledo offense that just put up 112 points in their last performance, it would be a great litmus test for this year's defense.
Yeah, because of the demand, I would say, of this offense for Toledo. You got to close out at the three-point line. You got to protect against drives. It's a good passing team. Notre Dame has done the job so far defensively, taking away the three-point line.
After a hot start, both teams have gone cold, especially this Toledo team. 4 minutes without a field goal now, trying to get something going offensively. How is Notre Dame taking them out of their rhythm?
They are pressed up defensively on that three-point line. They are helping when it goes down low to the big fella. That's the first clean look Kanapke's gotten without a bunch of defenders swarming to try and make him make a decision, which is time and time has been a shot block. So maybe they can find a rhythm playing through the big fella down low.
Step back three, rattles out.
Neither team really getting anything going from the three-point line as that weapon has been taken away.
Foul on the floor. It's been a great big man battle so far tonight, Jordan.
Big man can't do it himself. He needs a guard that can deliver the basketball, find the proper angles. Kanapke shows a dominant left hand, catches. Now look at the spacing. There is no help side defense to make a play because after that entry is thrown, they clear out that side of the court for Kanapke to do his thing. And again, another offensively gifted guy who can deliver.
Looking inside again, that time, no one home.
Perfect timing coming off it. A poor entry pass. Big man can't make a play there. You got to get it to him.
Gave him no chance. On the floor, Notre Dame wants an and one. It was a great take by Robbie Carmody. Notre Dame fans happy to see the sophomore back in the lineup. He was held out in concussion protocol on Monday night. Let's take another look.
He is a tough young man off the perimeter right there. 6'4", physical guy, gets to the rim. What's the and one?
Do you think that should have been a continuation at and one?
That was a close call.
Mooney left open. Can't do that. He'll usually make you pay, but not that time.
You're not going to get a second opportunity with Willie Jackson, garner nearly 11 boards a game.
Dylan Alderson trying to give Toledo the lead. Kanapke's fighting underneath, couldn't haul in that rebound, but he's been tough to deal with. Jordan, Toledo has had stretches in this game. They've missed 8 straight field goals, 5 straight field goals, and yet you look at the score, only down by 2 on the road.
They're competing. Again, you're looking at two teams here that are so similar, but two teams that are so well coached that they're taking away some of the identity of the opponent. Both teams like to make it work from the three-point line and hurt you there. That's been eliminated from both sides. So these teams are trying to find other ways to generate some offense currently.
And the Irish, they've gone into a shooting slump, one of their last 9. And it's opened the door for Toledo. A 3 to take the lead. Iron unkind there.
That's Spencer Littleson. He's shooting 55% from the three-point line. That is not an error. 55%. So he gets a look like that. That just goes to show you how out of rhythm these offenses are currently.
He came into the season being the defensive specialist, and he has started the season averaging 16 points a game. Man, it is just not going down for Nate Leschewski He's now 2 of 18 from 3.
Jay, get out there, take the lid off the basket, please. Make yourself useful in this broadcast.
You can reach it, I can't. Oh, man. Both of these teams, it was a red-hot start, and now they can't get anything going. Notre Dame has missed 8 straight field goals, 0 points in the last 4 minutes.
Maybe some offense when we come back.
Happy birthday, all caps, exclamation point, cake slice emoji, candle emoji, emoji with the heart eyes.
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey. So Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. Chantix reduces the urge, so when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Quit smoking slow turkey. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
When it comes to women's basketball, the Oregon Ducks, the #1 team in the country, the sole reason why Sabrina Ionescu looking to become the first player to hit 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 1,000 assists. Jordan Cornette, Jay Alter with you. She has a good chance to do it. She's given herself a shot, and you can check her out on Sunday right here on the ACC Network as #1 Oregon takes on Syracuse at 4.
And I'll take the time to, on behalf of college basketball fans across the country and the world, thank you, Sabrina, for coming back for your senior season. And we get to enjoy it all. And on ACC Network versus Syracuse.
That starts a doubleheader on Sunday at 4, followed up by the second-ranked team in the country, Chris Mack, Jordan Nwora, and the Louisville Cardinals. Boy, we have gone into a slump out of nowhere. These two teams on a hot start now. 2 of their last 18 combined from the floor.
Great extra pass.
And yet still can't hit anything. 2 of 19.
They're doing the little things. Rex gets the steal defensively, makes the extra pass, just can't convert right now.
And 1 on the other end. That's exactly what Toledo needed, and they go to the senior, Willie Jackson.
That's who Willie Jackson is. He's a dirty work guy. He's very skilled, but sets a screen, dive guy, rewarded from his point guard, flexes on him, and the finish.
Steps to the line to complete the three-point play. Started his college career at Missouri. Figured out halfway through his freshman year was not the place for him. Decided to come closer to home. Born and raised in Cleveland, and has really found a great spot here at Toledo.
Another older guy. It's a big part of what this team does. Knows his role. Said, if I could score 20 points or grab 20 rebounds, I'd rather grab 20 rebounds. It's the kind of guys you want to play with.
John Mooney in his return from missing Monday after a stomach virus. Kind of been out of sorts in this first half.
Misdirection from Jackson. It's a goaltend.
That is a goaltend. And Willie Jackson saying that's my bad because Marion Jackson didn't need the help.
But I think Marion Jackson might have been trying to pass that. It just hovered so close to the goal.
Look.
Yeah, I think he was trying to pass that.
Yeah, he was.
And it ended up being what was going to be a successful shot attempt.
Those two are high school teammates, by the way. Both played at Garfield Heights in Cleveland, Ohio. Now reconnected at Toledo. You would think at this point you played, what, 7 years together?
Well, the old guy who's passing it doesn't know that it's supposed to be a pass. How's the other guy supposed to know what's going on?
Exactly. Tied at 15, trying to change that. Off the mark again.
You got to keep on shooting. I mean, that's the identity of the Irish. Those shots typically fall. Leshevsky is in a terrible slump, but you can't abandon what you do.
The sophomore is now 2 of 19 from 3. If you were a teammate of him, what would you tell him?
Exactly what Coach Bray's telling him. Keep shooting that thing. That's who you are. We brought you in here because you're a 6'10 finesse guy with a stroke. What I most admired is he started to be impactful in other ways. Coaches raved about his defense, raved how he's been on the backboard. That stroke's going to come, but the only way it does is through repetition. Keep taking them. The numbers will start to fall.
What's funny is in practice we saw him make about 40 in a row. Same court, same rim.
Tree falls and nobody's around though.
Yep.
Does it really fall, Jay? You know what I mean?
Tough take, stolen away. Marion Jackson taking 2 guys on and finishing at the rack.
Lot to like with that young man's game. Active hands translates to defense and some offense.
Notre Dame answers immediately back the other way. This is more like it.
Heady play from the Irish to get right back. You had the letdown, but you're in pursuit of early offense going the other way, playing downhill. Carmody with the clapback.
Marion Jackson with 9 of Toledo's 17. Extra pass to Anderson. And a charge called. Great hustle. And again, it's Nate Lecheski's not knocking down the 3, but he's taking charges.
I can't run as fast as Jackson is here with the basketball. You blink, he's gone. A rip-through Euro step of sorts. I mean, look at the ability to finish comes from his eyes, never leave despite the traffic. The goal to lay that thing off the glass. You're looking at 18 points per game. It's a confident scorer who's carrying his team right now in an efficient clip, might I add.
Big players, big games, and he has established himself as a MAC Player of the Year candidate, certainly. Pfluger in the lane, throws it up. Lecheski's there, fouled, and he'll head to the line.
Some part of Lecheski's game I didn't know he had, and we were just talking about it a few plays back, but the toughness has really come to the forefront, and those are guys I'm most impressed with. The easy way, the most comfortable way that you have success isn't coming. So what are you going to do? Misdirect, find another path, and make yourself a player on the court. Lecheski doing that on the backboard through toughness.
And you really don't get the sense that he's pressing at all. I mean, he's just taking open shots, doing the little things. I don't think the three-point slump has affected him in any way. I'm sure internally it has, but it hasn't really showed up to other mistakes outside of just missing a shot.
Yeah, and a lot of young kids now, these 18 to 22-year-olds, if the shot's not falling, that's all they think about. They obsess over it, and it impacts their game negatively in that domino effect. Nate is not one of those young men, playing resilient despite the fact that stroke is not there currently.
Keyshawn Sanders, no good. Quick the other way to Carmody. He's had a couple finishes in transition. That time he gives it away cheaply.
It's a poor decision. Carmody didn't know what he wanted to do with it, put himself in a terrible position.
Willie Jackson, mid-range game, takes a bounce in, and we're tied at 19. A whistle after the make.
We've got somebody down on the other side.
Yeah.
It looks like might be Carmody down on the floor.
Robbie Carmody, the sophomore,
that
holding
shoulder,
his left shoulder.
plagued him a season ago. You hate to see that.
We'll step aside, tied at 19 between Notre Dame and Toledo.
Happy birthday, all caps, exclamation point, cake slice emoji, candle emoji, emoji with the heart eyes.
Sophomore Robbie Carmody just was taken to the locker room holding his left shoulder. We'll give you another look on the play that had happened. This is especially painful because he missed 23 games in his freshman season with a labrum tear in that same left shoulder.
And you hate to see it, a young man that's trying to rediscover his rhythm and who he is and showed great signs early last season. then goes down with the shoulder. You hope it's minor. You'd hate to see another setback for a young man who's starting to find his groove and confidence this season as well.
Prentice Hub. Notre Dame trying to shoot themselves to a lead. Both teams have really been cold, though. Toledo, they're shooting 47% from three coming into the game, 1 of 10 from deep. Spinning through a double team, lost the ball. And both officials right on it immediately, Notre Dame basketball.
But again, understanding personnel and paying attention to the scouting report. Littleson is shooting 55% from the three-point line. Defensively, there's an emphasis for the Irish to run him off that three-point line. It muddies itself up a little bit when he's trying to spin move, use it off the bounce, and it equates to a turnover. That is exactly what Notre Dame wants.
Well, speaking to Mike Bray pregame, he was like, this is going to be a really tough test for our defense. He'd be thrilled with 19 points in this first half. It's the offense that has let the Irish down tonight. Marion Jackson into Kanapke.
One-on-one.
Senior muscles his way home.
That's a patient move from Kanapke. Understanding his size, 6'11", maybe has an inch advantage, but patient, finishes with the offhand. Very skilled with both hands and over both shoulders.
Step back three, and again, the sophomore Nate Leshevsky misses. He's now 0 for 4 in the game from three and 2 of 20 on the season. Looking inside, tough take, great finish, Willie Jackson inside.
Willie Jackson just snuck in, carved out a little bit of real estate right there, loitering on that low block and rewarded. The Irish got to find rhythm. One of their last 16 here on the offensive side of things.
How would you fix it?
Got to get it to John Mooney, who's not in the game right now.
Tough to do when he's on the bench.
And that's what you're discovering about the Irish. This team doesn't know how to generate things without John Mooney on the floor. They struggled mightily last game, and Jawan Durham picked them up enough around other guys too. But this team is not a consistent threat on the offensive side without Mooney in the game.
Triple team coming in on Kanapke and a jump ball. It'll stay with Toledo. Tomorrow, Week 13 college football doubleheader right here on the ACC Network. Syracuse visits a now bowl-eligible Louisville team, kicking things off at 4 o'clock. And then afterwards, ACC Network primetime football presented by Geico. Wake Forest and Duke. Last time those two played, it was all Demon Deacons, a 59-7 win. That was in Durham. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Kanapke, 1 on the timer, has to let it fly, and it goes. Toledo now on an 8-0 run.
John Mooney with those 2 fouls. The Irish are just trying to get to the half.
Largest lead of the game for the Rockets, looking for more, and Jackson a little too aggressive, called for the personal foul.
Jay, when you recruit skilled players, your 6'11" big has the ability to do this. That's a head fake on an interior defender, Durham, who's not comfortable guarding that high out. Your big becomes a guard, and that's what Kanapke brings. He's not going to rise and dunk it over you, but he's a capable three-point shooter. You got to respect that. That allows him to attack the closeout, finish with his offhand at the rim. You can't teach that from a 6'11" big.
Shooting 1 and 1, the sophomore Prentice Hub. When you can't make any field goals, you can try and get some points at the foul line. Notre Dame 1 of their last 17. They have gone completely cold, including from the free throw line.
And you can see it in the body language now. Notre Dame is on their heels in attack mode, playing downhill, the Toledo Rockets.
Stolen away, maybe trying to turn some defense into their best offense, but can't get it up the court quickly enough for a transition look. Pfluger, great head fake, leads to a 3, hits it! Dwayne Gooden with a much-needed 3.
A perfect example of who Rex Pfluger is to the Irish. Defensively gets the steal, makes a beautiful pass to set up Goodwin to knock it down. Got to lean on your old guys. The grad student makes a play for the Irish, gives them a little bit of juice. Can I get a stop?
The senior Willie Jackson answers saying, hey, Toledo's got some vets too.
It's a tough matchup. Willie Jackson is an undersized power forward, low center of gravity, explosive, and very comfortable putting it on the deck.
5 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Mike Bray wants to talk things over, so will we. Back in 30 seconds.
This is the Nest Hub Max from Google. It plays live TV, and you can pause it with magic. Ta-da! Un-ta-da! Ta-doff! Ta-don!
It's a great slate of ACC football on the horizon this weekend, and the best way to get a preview is the Huddle, both 8 o'clock Eastern time on Friday, and then right before kickoff Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Some great games, including here in South Bend, Boston College taking on Notre Dame, Pitt against Virginia Tech. That is a critical coastal clash on ESPN2 Saturday.
You mean A.J. Dillon taking on Notre Dame?
Yeah.
That man has had to shoulder the load for that Boston College team, an absolute workhorse.
Gibbs fouled, and we'll head to the line for 2. Coming into this game, we thought Toledo had a good chance to give the Irish a really competitive game. The thing is, we thought they'd be doing it with making threes. They've only made 1 triple tonight, and yet they lead by 5.
Yeah, they've been active defensively. They've been high-level pressure up in guys. When Notre Dame makes that catch, nothing's comfortable. They've been able to generate some turnovers. The Rockets have been able to pursue early offense, transition opportunities. They're playing fast. And because they're playing fast, it's been able to mask the futility from the three-point line. Notre Dame hasn't had that same ability. They haven't been able to generate the stops that have allowed them to run to mask their inability to knock down threes.
And if you're Notre Dame, you've only made 2 of your last 20 shots, and yet you're only trailing by 3.
But when you're missing at that high of a clip, that's where Toledo's been able to take those misses or turnovers and go the other way to get something. That's been the small margin of difference in this win, in this lead, excuse me.
For the Rockets, it all starts with the junior, Marion Jackson, 9 points to lead the way. He has shown why he is a MAC Player of the Year frontrunner.
An unrelenting motor. Reminds me a lot of Patrick Beverly in terms of he's just so hyperactive. He's the creator, he's the generator, he's the catalyst for the Rockets. Defensively, he gets his hands on balls. You ever see him look his eyes anywhere but at the goal? He's not waiting for his teammates. He doesn't need to. This guy is confident in attack mode, and he's been delivering.
I like that word confident, because the one thing you can say about this Toledo team is they've come in to an ACC arena playing a great team in Notre Dame, and they have been fearless all first half.
This team won 25 games last year, Toledo. This is a team that wants to take the next step, and that is to the tournament. Games like this, these challenges, and for them, ideally, a win would go a long way. There's a ton of game left.
Have not been to the big dance since 1980. Trying to change that. Marion Jackson right on pace, averages 18 and 8.
He's got to get one here. It's going to be him.
Fires it to end the first half. That one way off the mark, and that will do it. Toledo, 20 minutes down, 20 to go. Takes a 3-point lead into halftime.
So this Irish team now allows John Mooney to come back in the second half. You must establish him right away. Notre Dame has to find a way to bring back some energy, regain some momentum, starts with getting stops, and they love to see the ball go in the basket.
It's the lowest scoring first half of the season for both teams. We thought it would be an offensive explosion in case you weren't with us for all of it. A lot of misses, but a competitive ball game as we head to the second half. Halftime lead. This is all part of the Men Against Breast Cancer Invitational. Those 5 teams competing in a round robin here at campus sites. And why Toledo wanted to play in this invitational so badly, their head coach, 10th-year head coach, Todd Kowalczyk, lost his mother, Beverly, to breast cancer. You can see when he turns around sporting the pink tie, pink socks as well in her honor. And right now the Rockets, for Beverly and for their head coach Todd Kowalczyk, playing incredibly well against a good Notre Dame team.
Yeah, and cancer has impacted all of us in some way, shape, or form. The fight continues on, and to have basketball be a way to bring everybody together in competition, spirited competition, and great respect amongst programs and coaches, it's a beautiful thing. And Coach lit up as he talked about how it was important that he wanted to wear that pink tie and wanted to show that support and strength. And it looks good on it, too. I got to give him some credit. Good look for you, Coach.
Might have to bring it out a couple more times this season if they can hang on to this lead.
Absolutely. The fight is in his team as well right now.
Into John Mooney. Irish have to find a way to get him going, and they do on the first possession.
Jay, that's big. The guy has been rhythmless for a game and a half now. Out with illness last game. Foul trouble in the first half. He needs to be established early and often for the Irish.
Last time he was on the court, he had a career-high 28 points. In the first half, he only had 2 points. So he matches that total with his first shot in the second half.
And if I'm the Rockets, I'm going back to Kanapke to challenge the big fella and how he defends Mooney. Try to get him back in foul trouble.
Mooney,
a gifted scorer
as well. Mooney, hard to the hole, up and in, back-to-back buckets for John Mooney. A whistle came in after the make, and they call a foul against John Mooney.
I think it might have been a delay of game.
And that's important because
they are going to call the foul. Wow, they are going to call the foul.
That's his third foul, so after 2 buckets to open the scoring here in the second half and give Notre Dame the lead, you do have 3 fouls to worry about.
And if I'm Coach Bray, I think I got to keep him in.
Oh, absolutely. Coming in and swatting it, Jawan Durham got a piece. It's all he needed to deny Toledo. TJ Gibbs buries a 3. And this is the offense Mike Bray envisioned. Notre Dame on a 9-0 run going back to the end of the first half. And clarification, that is not a foul on John Mooney. You were correct, Jordan, a delay of game, so he's just at 2. Rimming out for Willie Jackson.
I go right back down to Mooney.
Fluger, great pass, the finish not there. Jackson in attack mode. Got a bad angle of that shot, but it will stay with Toledo.
And here was the confusion, but more importantly, the offensive execution. Willie Jackson's going to cheat right here, try and get a steal, and Mooney's going to make him pay. Now right here, that simple let go of the basketball, which is, I think, an overly sensitive reaction for delay of game.
Yeah.
He got caught up with the ball and was trying to give it back to the opposition. But it's a warning, and a fair one. Better than what was ultimately what we thought might have been a foul.
Well, it was announced at Purcell Pavilion as his third foul.
I think that's what they're correcting.
And they're still having discussions at the scorer's table because when the PA announces it, the fans are going to react, but now a correction.
And all smiles from John.
Yeah, he gives him a thumbs up. And a 4-point Notre Dame lead. They've been hot to start this second half. Toledo trying to respond for Willie Jackson. Out to his high school teammate Marion Jackson. Step back, pop. No good. Battle for the board. And it'll stay with the Rockets underneath.
That's what Willie Jackson brings. An unrelenting rebounder, trying to create second chance opportunities. Aggressively in pursuit every time a shot goes up from a teammate. Luke
Kanapke, another senior they've relied on, and he drills it That's Toledo's first bucket to end a 7-0 Notre Dame run to start this second half. Right back to Mooney. Why not? He's been the go-to guy. This time passing out for a three. Hub rattles in and out. Jackson, electric speed, draws the foul, and he will head to the foul line with an opportunity to tie this game.
And at some point, the Irish got to understand, Marion Jackson goes with a full head of steam at the rim. And when he does that, he becomes very susceptible to a potential charge. The Irish need to get in there, get in position, anticipate, offer their body up to the basketball gods, and earn a turnover by taking that charge. I would deem Jackson out of control in a lot of these drives. Very skilled player, very productive, but at times a little dangerous in how he goes at the rim and puts himself in position. Notre Dame needs to take advantage defensively.
Is it one of those things where he only knows one speed?
Yeah, which makes him effective, but can also be counterproductive.
Swatted out, an opportunity to actually give Toledo back the lead, but Jackson could not finish. Gibbs lost the handle. Toledo comes away with it, and a foul comes in, and it's against the senior Gibbs.
Yeah, Gibbs, that was comedy of errors, trying to play too fast on the catch. Wanted to make a move, but you got to wait till you control the ball to do so. And he chases down, ultimately prevents the fast break, but the foul.
And now both head coaches discussing with the official at midcourt. I think Todd Kowalczyk was just questioning the intent of the foul.
I do believe that might be, and they might go to replay.
Yeah, the officials are going to look this over. It was a frustration foul. You've been there.
Yeah, they're going to try and figure out if it was deliberate and impeding what would be an easy basket going the other way.
And Weir just told the official review, don't listen to us. It is to check the shot clock, currently at 15 seconds.
And in this stoppage, not a bad time to kind of regroup. It's been up and down in these first few minutes. Catch your breath, re-identify what the game plan is. Get back to playing. Let's move.
And the shot clock goes to 28 seconds. And we're back in play. Luke Kanapke has been a problem for Toledo. Jackson drains the three. Marion Jackson, and he fires Toledo back in front. Jackson and Kanapke both in double figures. The Irish have no answer for those two guys right now. Maybe here's your answer. Mooney just could not get it to drop.
Surprised both defenders. Chase Goodwin and leave an all-conference performer for three, but they dodge a bullet.
Kanapke in perfect position, the follow finish to bail out the missed three. And that's a double-double for Kanapke. Luke Kanapke has been the guy for Toledo, a senior on the road.
Marion Jackson picking up where he left off in that first half. Confidence beaming, and we talked about him earlier. Kanapke connects.
This is the Nest Hub Max from Google. It plays live TV, and you can pause it with magic. Ta-da! Un-ta-da! Ta-doff! Ta-don!
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey. So Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. Chantix reduces the urge, so when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Quit smoking slow turkey. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
Toledo came into this season with high expectations, picked to win the MAC West. The recipe for success, typically the three-point shot. They're second in the country in three-point percentage coming into this game. But Jordan Cornett, they're 2 of 13, and yet they lead on the road.
They're out tough in Notre Dame right now, too. Beating them on second chance opportunities, getting on the offensive backboard. 5 offensive rebounds in these 5 minutes in the second half to give them 10 for the game. The fight with the Rockets is evident currently.
Triple teamed underneath. Marion Jackson got there for a jump ball. The Irish started the second half really positively. A 7-0 run, but Toledo punched right back. An 8-0 run for the Rockets to regain the lead.
And if I'm Toledo, I'm becoming a little bit more bright-eyed when you look over and see John Mooney on the bench and a Notre Dame team that goes through spells of an inability to score the ball without their go-to guys. So Toledo might be thinking, let's build here.
Stolen away by TJ Gibbs. He's been quiet tonight. Notre Dame looking for somebody to step up. Leshevsky, big time make, and he goes finally, big exhale, his first 3 of the night.
And Coach Bray, huge smile, the bench relieved. Could that be the turn for Leshevsky?
Back the other way, Toledo, like a bad case of the flu, just will not go away. Hub trying to pick up the tempo, maybe a little too quick there. Poked down from behind, the sophomore getting back on defense.
Bad decision.
Game of hot potato right now.
And Goodwin needs to understand right there, I don't have an advantage. Let's reset, run some offense, see what we can get.
Foul called off the ball. Marion Jackson.
Marion Jackson is an agitator, man. And I don't mean that in the negative sense. I just mean he applies pressure when he has the ball, when he doesn't, when he's defending, when he's on offense right here. I don't even know how much contact there was, to be honest, but it was enough to draw a whistle because Jackson sold it. But wily veteran.
Would that go into the flop call potentially?
It could.
New rule here?
Don't even get me started on a flop call.
Okay, we won't.
You can literally interpret anything to be up for review. That's going to become more and more problematic. I don't want to digress too far with the action going.
Speaking of problematic for Notre Dame, Luke Kanapke, the senior leading scorer for Toledo right now, just continues to get what he wants inside. Mooney back on the floor, trying to answer. TJ gives a 3. Can't connect.
Coach Kowalczyk's squad, he doesn't recruit necessarily high-level athletes, but he recruits high-level skill. And again, Kanapke, so gifted going over either shoulder, so cerebral with his moves, but the understanding of spacing when he gets his touches. It eliminates the ability for help side to come because they clear out that side of the ball, and he delivers.
And Mike Bray calling on
you got to speed it up. I like
pressure.
Got to apply some pressure, take Toledo out of their comfort zone, try and pick up the pace here.
Toledo's unafraid, though. They have not backed down. The senior, Willie Jackson. Hard to the hole, lost the handle. Blocked away, and the Irish can push the tempo. Gibbs went into attack mode, could not finish.
Irish back in that 2-3 zone here. Toledo can really shoot it.
Off the mark that time from Spencer Littleson.
And I think there's a confidence with Coach Bray's squad to move to the zone, to switch up looks, confuse Toledo a little bit. Toledo naturally a good shooting three-point team, but struggling tonight, which allows Coach Bray to kind of consider more 2-3 zone.
Irish only shooting 31% from the floor. Another scoring drought that's gone nearly 3 minutes here. Shot clock down to 5. Gibbs, 2 on the timer, has to let it fly. A foul called. The officials say it was on the floor. Shot clock resets to 20. As Spencer Littleson picks up his 3rd foul. He's been a really tough defender on Gibbs all night long.
Yeah, and a guy who's been billed as a shooter, but also an aggressive, tough, pesky defender. A lot of fight in these Rockets. Again, more 2-3 zone from Notre Dame here. You're gonna have to be aware of shooters.
Kanapke, despite his size, is one of them, and he drills it. A 7-point lead now for Toledo. Pfluger. And that is a 0-pass possession. That's not what Mike Bray wants from this offense. It's a 14-3 run for Toledo. Rockets looking for more.
Got to push it if you're Notre Dame. You can't score an half-court setting. You got to look for some easy ones. Get out and go.
The sophomore again, Dane Goodwin drills it.
That initial thrust gives you a cleaner look than you've had. In rhythm, some momentum. Big for the Irish.
Wakes this Purcell Pavilion crowd up a little bit. Kanapke trying to stay hot. Can't knock it down.
Keep running if you're the Irish.
Pfluger decides not to push the tempo this time. Goodwin, another triple. He's got it! Back-to-back threes for Dane Goodwin. Timeout Toledo. Irish back within 1.
We got a little back and forth. We got ourselves a ball game. Kanapke has been hurting him in man. He finds space in zone. A finesse play, and then the sophomore, Dane Goodwin. It's good.
This is the Nest Hub Max from Google. It plays live TV, and you can pause it with magic. Ta-da! Un-ta-da! Ta-doff! Ta-don!
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey. So Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. Chantix reduces the urge, so when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking. Aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Quit smoking. Slow turkey. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
Sunday right here on the ACC Network, a great doubleheader. First in women's basketball, you get to see the #1 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, take on Syracuse. That tips off at 4 o'clock. And then right after, the #2 team in the country, Louisville, taking on Akron on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. He's Jordan Cornette. I'm Jay Alter. The Toledo lead of 7, down to 1 after back-to-back Dane Goodwin threes. Right out of the timeout, the Rockets answer, and it's Dylan Anderson who buries the 3.
He doesn't take a lot of them, 3 of 6 on the season. But it almost looked like that was a pin-down screen to get him a look.
Goodwin stays hot. He has the last 8 for the Irish.
You got to find him ways to get the ball now. You haven't found any consistent threat. You got to latch on to a guy who's delivered your last 3 baskets, 2 from beyond the arc.
Another 3. It's good! Keyshawn Saunders drains it.
I'll tell you, Coach Kowalczyk probably in that huddle said, hey guys, they're going to play this zone. We came in this game shooting 47% for 3. Let's make them pay. And they responded.
Great hustle. Somehow, someway, kept alive, and a timeout taken by Toledo. What a heads-up play by Marion Jackson. Toledo, 5-point lead.
Wait. Jay Alter, we got some offense. Goodwin delivering time and time again. Will the Irish ride the hot hand? And on the other end, it's a 3-point shooting team, the Rockets, catching fire.
This is the Nest Hub Max from Google. It plays live TV, and you can pause it with magic. Ta-da! Un-ta-da! Ta-doff! Ta-don!
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey. So Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. Chantix reduces the urge, so when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Quit smoking slow turkey. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
This has been a dogfight all night long. Toledo on top of Notre Dame by 5. We've got a fun finish ahead of us on the ACC Network alongside Jordan Cornette. I'm Jay Alter. The offense has finally showed up. It was a defensive battle in the first half, but Toledo, they've made 3 of their last 6 threes.
Yeah, well, this Toledo team saw the zone from the Irish and said, okay, we're going to start dialing down from distance. The Irish adjust to man, but can they get some stops?
Kanapke, ball ripped away. Pfluger has it. Irish into Mooney. Kick out, a 3, the hot hand, it continues! Dane Goodwin! It's his 4th 3 of the night, a career high.
What an impressive showing from the sophomore. You can see the confidence building.
Goodwin has all 11 of the last Notre Dame points.
Run that man off a screen, give him a touch.
Oh. Mooney says, my turn, blocked from behind. Kanapke got back to deny.
Got to get back and protect the goal. Jackson is coming.
Into attack mode quickly, but a foul on the floor.
You know what Jackson's going to do. Downhill. And these are the winning plays that Rex Pfluger makes for the Irish. He ain't going to give you 25 a night, but he'll win you games with that. And then again, Dane Goodwin, if it feels good, do it again, young fella. Don't hit that hand too hard. That right hand is hot. Don't high five. I had a teammate in Danny Miller got hot in this round of 32 versus Illinois in 2003. Would not let anybody high five that right hand. He was feeling too good.
Mike Bray leaves Prentice Hub on the floor with 4 fouls and more than 8 minutes to go. Travel call, it'll be Irish basketball.
Those were not the numbers we thought we'd settle on here with 8.5 minutes left to play. Not with the start from the Irish, but Goodwin has been a hot hand, and he's finding ways to make himself available for clean catch-and-shoot looks.
A great example of the experience this freshman class got a year ago. Yes, they struggled through the season, but they've got minutes in them, and for a tough test like they have tonight, they are battle-tested. Another three. Rims out that time.
It's a good-looking shot, though, for the Irish. They'll live with that despite Krzyzewski's struggles from three. They still want those kind of shots.
Deep three, Jackson. Too much on it. Toledo clinging to this two-point advantage.
Run some clock here, make them guard you.
Gibbs, a triple. Can't connect.
A clean look, so I get it, but at the same time, make them work to guard. There's guys on this floor that have breakdowns defensively. Both Jacksons at times can make the greedy play, and you can beat them in that regard.
And it's those two in a two-man game right now. 8 on the timer. Tough defense from Pfluger. Marion Jackson passes off. Kanapke can't get the three to drop.
There's got to be a red awareness defensively for Toledo. I imagine they're going to try and fight through everything and switch to keep Goodwin from getting a touch.
After a lot of made baskets between these two teams, we've now seen a scoring drought go longer than 2 minutes. It'll be a battle to the finish. Toledo leading by 2.
Not much. How about you?
Are you answering my text in person?
I am, yeah.
The Nissan Altima, now offering the most tech-advanced engine in its class.
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey. So Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. Chantix reduces the urge, so when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Quit smoking slow turkey. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
Out party for the sophomore guard, Dane Goodwin. Excuse me, insane Goodwin was what he's been here in these last few minutes. 11 straight points for the Irish. Off the bounce, the catch and shoot. A great play from Mooney, who has not been going offensively, to suck in a double team kick out. And there's the confident smile, but the deep focus in the eyes. Dane is ready to deliver for the Irish. They got to find ways to get him touches. Mooney back on the bench. There is no double-figure scorer in this game for the Irish except for Goodwin. Got to establish him throughout here and ride it.
He's Jordan Cornette. I'm Jay Alter. Under 7 minutes to play, and Toledo clinging to a 2-point advantage. Goodwin, a double team comes in immediately. They will not give 23 and White any space down the stretch. Well, they gave him an inch there. He could not capitalize, though.
Willie Jackson was face guarding, and because of the face guard, it allowed Rex Pfluger to slide the pass in with Willie unknowing.
Corner three, off the mark, following a shot, a second look. Jackson, it's good! Marion Jackson, and the Toledo lead is 5. That was the first basket for either team in 3 minutes. Tough shot, awkward and off balance from Pfluger. It's Toledo basketball.
Young ones out there watching. Follow your shot, great things happen. And there's a perfect sequence of it as Littleson kicks it out to their star, Marion Jackson, who bangs down the three.
Off the ball, pushing and shoving.
Oh, double foul here, I think.
Yeah. Let's see who it's called on. There were 4 players kind of on the elbow there, all tangled up.
Gibbs and Littleson have been competing all game long. You'll see here down low in the post. And I think they're going to go to the monitor on this one. Littleson.
Well, that would be Littleson's 5th foul. So Spencer Littleson, the junior, would be done for the night. The other foul called against TJ Gibbs, that's his 2nd. The one thing, Jordan, both teams have found a rhythm, but they have not been able to sustain that rhythm. You really haven't seen one team take momentum in this game and really use it.
Because neither team is able to consistently do what they typically do, and that's knock down shots at a high clip. Notre Dame traditionally has been that. Last few years have been a struggle in that regard, but Toledo is the 2nd best three-point shooting team in the country and haven't found that consistency. So these teams have had to go outside of what they typically do and find grinder ways to get it done. And it's been, a loose ball, a steal, a deflection, an extra pass. This one's going to come down to a final possession. It's that kind of game.
So Littleson out of this game with 5 fouls. Doesn't matter because Marion Jackson has been the guy. Right to the hole, floater, no good. Notre Dame needs somebody to step up besides Dane Goodwin. The last Irish player to make a basket outside of the sophomore was at the 15:04 mark. It's been 10 minutes. Mooney can't connect.
And going back to the illness, missing last game, basketball players creatures of habit. And in the foul trouble in the first half for Mooney has now compounded even more of that lack of rhythm. And he just can't find his shot.
Feed inside off the hands of Saunders, Notre Dame basketball. I mean, can you believe that, Jordan? Outside of Dane Goodwin, it was Nate Leszewski's 3 at the 15:04 mark. That was the last basket for a Fighting Irish player not named Goodwin.
Leszewski, another one who's struggling from the three-point line. The pieces are in place for this Irish offense to be gifted, but the shots have to fall from your specialists, and they're not getting that tonight and haven't got it yet this season.
The senior TJ Gibbs, great follow, but no finish from Leszewski.
Appreciate the fight, but lacking the punctuation.
And John Mooney, after a career-high 28 points against Marshall, only has 6 points. Back-to-back turnovers for Toledo. They've had opportunities to put the Irish away in the second half. They're keeping Notre Dame in this game.
And this is an interesting matchup going back to Mooney and his struggles. You've got a defender in Luke Kanapke who is comfortable moving his feet on that perimeter and has the size down low to defend Mooney. So Mooney, who's typically a matchup nightmare, has personnel perfectly suited to defend and limit him.
They called that against Mooney, and Mike Bray is livid. And a technical foul has come in on Mike Bray. I don't understand that call at all.
I've known Coach Bray for 20 years. I've never seen him that hot in the moment reacting to a call. That tells me it's warranted. I've known that man for 20 years. I've never seen him get that worked up.
Let's take another look. Seemed to me Mooney was the one who got shoved. I don't know how you call a foul
I don't know
on John Mooney.
How? There's no explanation. That is an egregious error. And in that moment, I understand Coach Bray lost his cool, but it's warranted. And if official sees that they missed the call to that degree, you move away and not compound what's going on. Doesn't make the actions from Coach right in the moment, but that was clearly a very missed call.
And in 20 years, you said you have not seen
I've never seen it like that. He's a cool customer, hot under the collar, and for good reason with that call.
Well, Marion Jackson made both technical foul shots. Toledo with the basketball and their largest lead of the game. Three seconds on the shot clock, stolen away by Goodwin. Gibbs, transition three, no good. That should be a travel, and yet they're saying it's Toledo basketball. That won't get Mike Bray any more happier with the officials. Fired up with his team trailing by 8.
Coach Bray trying to generate some emotion, some energy with his team, and also just flat out unhappy.
Happy birthday. All caps, exclamation point, cake slice emoji, candle emoji, emoji with the heart eyes.
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey. So Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. Chantix reduces the urge, so when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Quit smoking slow turkey. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
A terrific doubleheader tomorrow, actually Saturday on the ACC network. Syracuse and Louisville gets us started at 4 o'clock, and then Duke and Wake Forest follows at 7:30. Both games also available on the ESPN app. He's Jordan Cornette. I'm Jay Alter. Mike Bray fired up. The calls have gone against this Notre Dame team. The Irish trailing by 8. We'll give you one final call.
Look, officials are human. Yeah. Guys miss slams, guys miss jump shots. It's a missed call. Coach Bray, in that moment in the game, of course he's going to be hot. That directly impacts what's going on. You teach your guys not to lose your cool, but you can't fault Coach Bray for having that kind of reaction in that moment for such a poor call on the floor. A lot of times, though, that fires your players up.
Yep.
You see your coach get that hot under the collar, it kind of energizes you and say, okay, coach is riding with us. This offense has to find a way to generate something because it's lifeless. Can coach be the catalyst?
Have not made a basket in 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Pfluger to Mooney. One on the timer. It's good.
They're going to review that.
They're going to review it. Did he get it away?
And that hitch in Mooney's shot is so recognizable. It may have cost him on this delivery. We'll get a look on a replay.
He might not have gotten it off his fingertips, and you said it, the hitch. Just
most
that
shooters,
millisecond.
yeah, most shooters, it's a fluid stroke. Yeah, it looks like that's not going to count. That hitch is ultimately what's going to be what cost Mooney on now.
So the scoring drought continues. Wave off the three-point basket. Notre Dame, ice cold, have not scored in nearly 6 minutes. Calls have gone against the Irish. How do you refocus and win this game in the final 3 minutes and 20 seconds?
Yeah, well, let's take one more look here first, Jay. That's a normal release point, but it's that hitch that comes because Mooney holds on to that basketball so long. The top left corner where you see the red highlighting the clock, that is what signifies the possession is timed out. It's a violation.
Notre Dame just cannot catch a break.
Got to continue to guard. Makes it more difficult when you don't see the ball go in the basket, but you got to dig in. Notre Dame's been strong defensively for the beginning of this season, have relied on that. It's going to have to carry him here.
And that's going against Willie Jackson, the senior, called for the offensive foul. And I totally get what you're saying on defense, but at some point in the final 3 minutes, they have to find a way to put the ball in the basket.
Keep in mind, Jay, Mooney just saw the ball go in the basket. That can do a lot for his confidence here, reestablishment.
Wide open, and Prentice Hub connects.
Marion Jackson's going to see a lot of high ball screen action and let him create.
Pfluger got a piece. How about the hustle? Hub is there. And Notre Dame has back-to-back baskets.
Rex Pfluger, the grad senior, offering his body up to give just enough. And the crowd comes alive.
Trying to quiet the crowd. Won't go. Notre Dame basketball.
Rex Pfluger will not, I repeat, score 25 a night. But Rex Pfluger will do this every single time he steps on the floor. Offer his body up to give the advantage to Hub, who's able to lay it in cleanly. Winning plays.
Pfluger for the tie. Does not fall.
So look, you wanted. Move that ball around the perimeter. Microcosm of what the night's been. Failure to finish.
Great rebound by John Mooney. Toledo clinging to a three-point lead. Goodwin's been the hot hand, passing off though. Mooney calling for it. He gets it, shoots. Got the look, just could not make the three. Marion Jackson, the floater, rattles in and out. But his former high school teammate Willie Jackson bails him out, and the lead is back to 5.
Willie Jackson, a senior who averages more than 10 rebounds a game, gives him a big one.
50 seconds left. Goodwin a three. Way off the mark. If you're Notre Dame, you have to foul here, and they do.
I'm going to give credit to Marion Jackson here. He gets in, and look how many defenders collapse on him. That allows, because of the aggressive drive, a pristine offensive rebounding opportunity, which Willie Jackson finishes off. Willie Jackson, 9 points per game, 10.5 rebounds per game. A young man who said, I'd rather have 20 rebounds than 20 points in a game. The desire to the forefront there.
This is the front end of the 1-and-1. That gives Notre Dame life. 3 timeouts, decides not to take one. Foul on the floor.
Heads up. Heads up.
Toledo foul number 40, Marion Jackson. His first, 86.
Notre Dame not in the bonus yet. What do you want to see here coming out of the inbounds play?
Quick hitter.
Extra pass. Gibbs steps into it and hits it.
1 possession game.
Timeout, Mike Bray. Still 2 remaining. 30 seconds left, and Notre Dame has made it a 3-point game.
And I like the fact that TJ Gibbs didn't rush this. He saw the defense. He knows you convert this. It's still a 1 possession game. Shot clock is off. Notre Dame needs to be aggressive in pursuit of forcing a turnover, then foul.
After our game, All ACC, plenty to talk about as the All ACC team of the latest scores, news, and information from around the conference. coming up right after us on the ACC network and the ESPN app. Now, Toledo has missed both front ends of the 1-and-1 on their last 2 tries. Notre Dame has to come in with immediate foul if they don't get the steal.
Not immediate.
Yeah,
you have a few seconds to flirt with getting in a passing lane. It's the Toledo team on the precipice of what would be a huge win for their program. They could get tight here, and in those moments, you're prone to mistake. This is where the Irish need to try to take advantage there. If not, probably have 5-6 second window and then you foul. But the first thought is, let's generate a turnover via a double team or shooting into a lane and getting a turnover. Got your double.
They gave it away! Pfluger! Right place, right time. The ball came right to the 5th-year player, and Rex went right up with it and was fouled.
And that's why you don't immediately foul. When the win is within reach, and how big of a win it could be, mistakes like this happen. Marion Jackson plays lightning fast. When you play that fast, this kind of things can happen.
The roof would have come off Purcell Pavilion if Pfluger could have muscled it for an and one.
Big free
Instead,
throws.
he gets 2. This is the first. Would you have shot it there if you were Rex? Or would you have...
Everything Rex did was absolutely right. And you still can convert this free throw here and go all over again. You don't need a 3.
And he does.
It's an eternity, 26 seconds. An eternity.
And Mooney with 4 fouls deciding to come out for defense.
Same approach here, Jay. Pursuit of the steal first. Give yourself about 5 seconds, then foul. Don't need a foul yet. Got to track, don't need a foul.
in trouble, and another turnover! Notre Dame has ramped up the pressure, and it's paid off for Mike Bray.
Luke Kanapke in that moment, all he had to do is call a timeout.
Toledo still had 1 remaining.
All you need to do is call a timeout. In this moment, you realize you're in danger, call a timeout. You got 1 left.
Instead, called for the offensive foul. Mike Bray takes a timeout. Now Notre Dame with just 1 timeout remaining.
And interestingly enough, Prentice Hub was almost on the verge of fouling, which would have been a monumental mistake.
Well, he would have fouled out of the game as well. He has 4 fouls. Last 3 Toledo possessions missed the front end of a 1-and-1, and then a turnover on the inbound and a turnover on the inbound. This is a team that thinks they're capable of getting back to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 1980. A chance to prove it if they can play some defense here.
I don't care that Mooney's 3 to 10. Mooney's got to be the one to decide this year.
Shot clock is off. Mooney for the lead. Can't connect. Ball's loose. Willie Jackson has it. And a foul comes in with 11.4 seconds left. And Willie Jackson, the senior, heads to the line for Toledo.
20 of 65 are the Irish from the field.
It's been ugly.
7 of 33, and that 33rd look for number 33, it doesn't get any better.
That is the look you want.
That is your best player. That is a Conference Player of the Year candidate who is all alone beyond the arc. And wow, are these free throws big for a 68% free throw shooter and a senior.
And that is a massive foul shot. Not only does it give them a 3-point lead, but they can make it a 2-possession game, and it's all on the shoulders of the senior Willie Jackson. No good. Notre Dame has a chance to tie. And a foul comes in. Smart foul for Marion Jackson.
That's a well-coached group. A well-checked squad, understanding in that scenario to prevent a 3 and chaos, you foul and put him to the line. Free throw blockouts are crucial here. If you're Prentice Hub, there's two ways of going about it here. I would prefer that Hub makes both. I think there's enough time here
and you still have
to make both and foul. I would imagine that's the approach, but it starts with making the first.
Rattles in and out, offensive rebound. Mooney, kick out, Gibbs for the tie. Wedgie! What drama with 0.8 seconds left. A game-tying three gets stuck. Notre Dame with the possession arrow. So the Irish will have one final chance, and Mike Bray takes a timeout to talk things over.
If you're gonna miss, I guess that's the best way to miss because it gives you possession back, but what an illustration of what the evening has been. Tons of contact there. Marion Jackson. Surprising there's no whistle.
Call there.
Surprising there's no whistle.
Great awareness for Moody to kick it out, though.
That's a foul. There's no question that's a foul. That's, without question, TJ Gibbs is fouled beyond the arc. But I've never seen, with the stakes that high, a shot occur, a miss like that. Unbelievable.
Notre Dame did have the arrow, though.
You miss it.
Time for a wedgie.
Jay, you miss it. It's over. But you miss it like that, you get another chance here, and now there's a second 0.5 left, not 0.8.
Yeah, they've added 0.7 seconds back. There's no way that could have bounced in at an angle.
But don't get lost in the fact that the ball got wedged there. Yes, the optics wild. Gibbs was fouled on a three.
Yep.
That's another big missed call here down the stretch. It's such a crucial.
And no doubt about it, the whistle has gone against Notre Dame, but the Irish are shooting under 30%. Lucky to only be down three. It's still a chance to tie.
You've got your shooters, all four capable of shooting from three.
And now Toledo uses a timeout. So if you're Notre Dame, Toledo now got to look at how you're going to set up. Do you change things here, or do you call the same play?
Well, you understand defensively for Toledo, everything has to come from beyond the arc. It's 1.5 left. A three is the only thing that ties it. You want to make sure you don't do what Marion Jackson did on the last possession, although he was able to avoid the whistle. You don't want to recklessly defend the three and foul and let Notre Dame score from the free throw line with the clock stop. Notre Dame has four shooters and an inbounder. Anybody's a threat for the Irish to tie this ball.
Here's an honest question for you. With 1.5 seconds left, does John Mooney have enough time with his hitch to catch, face, and shoot?
He'll have to speed it up. It's a great question when we saw it violate earlier in an important shot. You can also, don't rule out the inbounder stepping right back in for a quick tap to him and three-point shot. Every screener has the ability to play off that, make themselves available and shoot it. There's so many options for the Irish because everybody's capable beyond the arc.
Both teams out of timeouts. Toledo trying to cling what would be a program statement win on the road in South Bend.
I think the Irish are going to find a way to get good one at three here.
He has a career-high 4 threes to his name tonight. Old reliable, Rex Pfluger, the inbounder. Goodwin comes around the double screen. It's not there. For the tie! It's good! Nate Leshevsky drills it to tie it at 55!
No better reality TV than sport. Nate Leshevsky has been ice cold for the season. The biggest shot of the night when you absolutely needed it. No daylight at all. Deadly from three. Now, did he get it off? Clock was delayed. in starting.
Oh.
Clock felt like it was delayed in starting, which gave it plenty of time. I think regardless that thing's going to count.
That's good.
And watch John Mooney. He left from his side of the bench to come over to the crowd across the court to let him know what time it is. Free basketball, Jay Alter.
Gotta love it, Jordan Cornette. Nate Laszewski, 3 of 22 from 3 on the season before that triple. And it's the only one that Irish fans care about.
You know what great shooters have? Amnesia. They forget the last miss and pursue the next make because they know it's coming. The big fella at 6'10" is a specialist, and he knew that one was coming.
Notre Dame trailed by 7 at the 4-minute mark. They endured a 6-minute second half scoreless streak, but here we are, tipping off overtime in South Bend. How did they find a way to come back in this game?
Shooters are to continue to shoot, stay within the identity of who you are, knowing that it's coming. And the Irish did absolutely that.
And if you're Toledo, you have to refocus quickly. You controlled this game throughout the night, and yet here you are in overtime. Showing some toughness. Mooney grabs the rebound and is immediately fouled. And remember, John Mooney playing with 4 fouls in overtime.
At the line, they are shooting 1 individual bonus. John Mooney.
Front end of the 1-and-1 goes begging.
Mooney's got to settle. A little too juiced. Too much emotion.
How can you not be?
Too much hype. I feel it over here.
Toledo ended that second half dismal, ice cold. They pick up where they left off. Can't buy a basket. Had plenty of times to put Notre Dame away late in that second half and could not. And the sophomore Dane Goodwin continues a career night.
It's a coming out party for Dane Goodwin.
Jackson scoop to the hoop. How did it go? And we're back tied at 57.
That lane was so wide open. You could have taken the whole team with you in the Rockets to finish at the layup or get a second chance opportunity. Nobody protecting the goal for the Irish.
Mooney in trouble. How about the hustle again? Pfluger keeps it alive. Gibbs can't cash in on the opportunity.
Man, is this fun, Jay Alter.
This is what the ACC network is all about.
Are you kidding me?
Seven to shoot. Inside, Willie Jackson. Pop. Can't hit.
Willie Jackson, and I said it already in this broadcast, that he'd rather score 20 points, rather score rebound, get 20 rebounds than score 20 points.
Well, he's got a new career high with 18.
He has 18 rebounds. He might get 20 tonight.
He deserves it the way he's been playing. A lot of contact off the ball, nothing called. 10 seconds to shoot. Goodwin, the hot hand. Fires. Rattles in and out. And the foul goes against Luke Konapke inside. Bodying up John Mooney for the board.
John Mooney does not give up on any opportunity to grab a rebound. We praise Willie Jackson and his rebounding numbers. But John Mooney is a walking double-double that brings it on the backboard night in and night out as well.
Foul shooting has been a problem tonight. Notre Dame only 6 of 12 from the free throw line. And Mooney in particular has struggled. He's 0 of 2. knocks that one short.
It's an overtime game, and we might not get to 60.
Had a foul called.
It's overzealous defense.
What's so funny about that, Jordan, is we came in saying offense, offense, offense. Toledo had come off a game where they scored 112 points, a program best in 26 years. But credit Mike Bray's defense, kept them in this game when they went ice cold shooting. Just trying to grind their way to a win. Keyshawn Saunders makes the first. Both teams in a double bonus the rest of the way. Left in overtime. Toledo edges in front by 2. Pfluger trying to change that. Great feed. Mooney can't get the finish, but was fouled. He'll get 2.
Patient, precision passing from Pfluger. And alliteration or some celebration if you're a Notre Dame fan right here. So Mooney's able to gather, collect, and draw the foul.
4th foul on Kanapke.
Which is big, because Kanapke is the only one capable of defending Mooney, who continues to struggle from a charity strike.
He can't make one right now. He's 0 of 4 on the game. And you can see it's really been frustrating for the senior tonight. But that one's nothing but net. Who do you go to if you're Toledo?
Marion Jackson has been a guy who set the table for everybody to eat. He's going to demand that basketball.
Well, here he is with 10 on the timer.
Got to protect the paint. You know where he's going with it.
Oh, pull up 3. No good, but guess who? Willie Jackson, a second opportunity. Still can't cash in, but that's a 19th rebound for Willie Jackson. Make it 20, and that is a career high.
Incredible.
What a night. But now you need the win. Clinging to a 1-point lead. What a hesitation. The fadeaway does not fall from Goodwin.
Toledo's going to be patient with it here. Why not? The clock is their friend. You want to defend the 3-point line above all else if you're the Irish. Keep this thing within 1 possession. But you never know what Marion Jackson is going to do or where he's going to shoot that thing from.
Todd Kowalczyk takes a timeout with his team leading by 1. If you're just joining us, you missed absolute craziness
FOMO
and regulation. Take a look. Toledo, all they needed to do was inbound the ball properly, but turned it over on back-to-back possessions to give Notre Dame life.
Jay Alter, the entire time, as you see Luke Kanapke here in the second go-round, they had a timeout. At any point, Toledo could have called a timeout.
And then saved by the wedgie. Great heads-up play. You've got to be kidding me.
Sometimes when you lose, you actually win, and that would set up this from Nate Laszewski.
Bingo. Sophomore had come in on 3 of 22 shooting from 3. But that's the one that matters.
I mean, come on. You got to blame our producer, Alex Martino, in this one for showing the Basilica, the Grotto. Prayers have been answered for the Irish, but will they get the ultimate prayer answered and a victory here, trailing by 1 with 40 seconds left?
And it's Toledo basketball, 12 seconds on the shot clock, 40 seconds remaining in overtime.
This one has it all. Both teams having to go outside of who they are. The 3-point line has not been favorable to either.
Are we going to be known as the wedgie broadcast?
I think that's you. I think you're standing on an island on that one, my friend. Are you trying to bring me along?
I'm trying to bring you on. Send me a raft or something. We've got a fun 40 seconds remaining.
Oh, brother, this is
in
fun.
Overtime.
This is too much fun. I got to be honest. I don't want it to end. And no, we don't get time and a half. It's just been that fun.
Coming up next after our game here at South Bend, the All-ACC team will have plenty to show you, certainly from our game, but around the conference as well. Nobody covers the ACC like we do, and it gets started right here on the ACC Network when we wrap things up. But I'm with Jordan. I'm in no hurry, partner. This has been a lot of fun tonight.
Too much fun. Finding ways to make things happen despite the fact that nothing's come easy. And it's because both teams are so similar with their personnel, their style, their high-level coaching. In a lot of ways, it's like two teams looking themselves in a mirror. So they've been able to take away what the other one likes to do. Adjustments have had to be made, and that margin between victory and defeat is so very small.
A three-man weave out of the timeout, and a turnover. 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, and Mike Bray takes his final timeout. Notre Dame, when their backs have been against the wall, they've come up with a defensive possession to give them a chance.
And his look right here, it's not aggressive either. It's just letting that offense damage themselves. Position. Fighting through a screen. Leshevsky, who made the shot, in pristine position defensively for Toledo to ultimately undo themselves. Notre Dame has struggled finding their offensive identity in the beginning of the season. But defensively, they have been there time and time again, and it's what's carried the day. 20 turnovers for Toledo. If Toledo's able to get out of here with what they've done from the three-point line and 20 turnovers, that is a miracle against a Power 5 opponent who is a dangerous team and what I believe is a tournament team in Notre Dame. Heck, I feel like we're looking at two tournament teams here.
Well, Toledo has not been to the big dance since 1980. They think this is the roster that can get them back. This would be a statement win if they can hold on to this one-point lead. Who gets the shot here?
Mooney again.
Backdoor, wide open. Pfluger cashes in. Notre Dame back in front with 20 seconds left in overtime.
Marion Jackson is going to find a way to get his feet in the paint.
He lost the ball. Gibbs fouled immediately. He will get 2 shots.
You want to talk about growing in November. As you see, you reach, I teach, says Rex Pfluger. That's a senior making a play. Defensively, Leshevsky in great position again, riding along. And John Mooney gets the hand in there. Offense hasn't been there for him, but an upperclassman making a play.
And that is a home roll for Mike Bray in overtime. You see the exhale from the Irish head coach.
Jay, it's not over. Even if this ball goes in, it's a one-possession game.
And Toledo came into the night the second-best three-pointing shooting team in the country. Prentice Hub checks in after the foul shot. You go for the quick 2 or the triple here?
I think they're probably going to think triple here.
Shooting 1 of 6 in overtime. For the tie, Jackson off the rim. Notre Dame has it, and a foul comes in with 1.1 seconds left. Somehow, someway, Mike Bray and Notre Dame look like they're going to hold on. Notre Dame had not led since the 17-minute mark of the second half. Forced overtime and grinded this one out. The Irish survive a Toledo scare.
And a shot goes down for Marion Jackson.
Wow! We've had it all.
It's the only way this game could end. It's the only way that this game could end. Unbelievable.
The officials still haven't counted the shot. It won't matter. This is a Notre Dame win. This is the shot that goes begging.
And Rex Pfluger ultimately chases down a loose ball. What a matchup, Jay. Just, you talk about growing in November and games not being important. You tell me this is going to change the trajectory for both teams. Both teams should walk out of here with their heads up high.
I'm with Mike Bray. Take the jacket off. It's been a fun one. Notre Dame survives in overtime.
Wow.
64-59 the final. Stay tuned. You'll wrap it all up. All ACC, Dallin Cup, Luke Hancock in the studio.
Whew. Wow.